Hello and welcome back to the knockout stages of the Vanguard Invitational. I am joined today by my co-commentator Matt,
Thank you for having me.
and today we are going to see Daddy's Clackers play the Wet Bandits in the semi-final. They are fighting today to play against Maximum Impact. In previous games, we have seen Daddy's Clackers lose twice, once to Maximum Impact. On the other hand, Wet Bandits are in a bit of a stronger position and have only lost once in the group stages, and that was to Daddy's Clackers. So maybe they've learnt their lesson, maybe they haven't. But they were also the only team to beat Maximum Impact in the group stages. Matt, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, we did see the last time we saw Wet Bandits face off with Daddy's Clackers. The Daddy's Clackers did thrash them 3 points to 0. But the Wet Bandits did beat Maximum Impact in their final game. So maybe if they do get through this game, they will have the advantage over Maximum Impact because they did finish second in their group, 2, they did beat Maximum Impact. So who knows what we could see in this game? Will we see an improved Wet Bandits or will we see a consistency of Daddy's Clackers carry them to the final?
Hmm. Both teams have a lot to play for in this game. In this knockout stage, we will be seeing the teams play to 5 points as opposed to 3, which is what we saw in the group stages. So perhaps that will change the outcome of the game.
Yeah, it's a slightly longer game now. Maybe there's more time for the Wet Bandits to get into the game with Daddy's Clackers. If they can keep their composure, not make any silly mistakes early doors in the game, maybe they can carry this game out, make it longer, make it harder for Daddy's Clackers, and maybe take the win.
Wet Bandits definitely grew in throughout the group stages in confidence and in game playing style. So perhaps they're in a better shape now to play against Daddy's Clackers.
Yeah, definitely here. I think we will see a very close knitted game. So we can see the black ball central of the table, leaning slightly to the right hand side, in the middle of the scoring area as well.
Unfortunately, the first shot taken by Daddy's Clackers was outside of the scoring area. Tried to be vindicated there by Anki by knocking out a red ball as well. Unfortunately, it has not gone in his favour, knocking a ball into the pocket, giving the first point of this game to the Wet Bandits.
Absolutely dreadful start here for Daddy's Clackers. Giving away the first point very, very easily here. Giving confidence to the Wet Bandits early doors. Basically saying, we'll give you the points anyway. We'll make the mistakes for you. Very aggressive early doors, trying to knock a ball out on the second shot for Daddy's Clackers in this semi-final, and it hasn't paid off.
Daddy's Clackers taking a really light touch shot there, leaving it very exposed to be destroyed, as we have seen there from Hoya and Lai of the Wet Bandits.
Playing a
Unfortunately,
fantastic shot.
it has blocked off one of their balls. So let's see if that impacts their ability to play their shots later on in this game.
Yeah, just saying that is a fantastic shot. Not for the Wet Bandits, of course, but for Daddy's Clackers, because that is sitting right in front of one of the Wet Bandits' balls there, completely blocking it off from the scoring area. So I'm not sure what they're going to do in this position here to get their red ball in there without knocking in Daddy's Clackers' ball.
Mm. Daddy's Clackers have also moved that red ball to be a bit more exposed. Wet Bandit seems slightly rattled now, not being that last shot being taken a bit too strongly, and not being able to score a point in that last shot.
I think we're definitely seeing Daddy's Clackers start to grow into this game a little bit more now. Their shots not perfect, but they are still in the scoring zone here. Not quite out there, but very difficult for that ball to be hit into play. safely. So very aggressive by both teams to start off this point.
Wet Bandits currently have 3 points in the scoring area, and Daddy's Clackers have one.
Very rushed shot there from Daddy's Clackers. Very, very rushed there, not scoring any points with that shot. Really not helping themselves out here at the start of this point. Down 4 points to 1 early doors. 2 of those yellow balls are completely out of the scoring zone.
Yeah, Wet Bandits in a really strong position right now. Daddy's Clackers going to have to do something, make some really strong moves in the next 3 shots in order to get back into the game.
Yeah, really, again, not doing themselves any favours. But now we see the shot from earlier on from the Wet Bandits really start to pay dividends against them. But that's a sensational shot here. The perfect angle to knock that ball into safety. A lot of pressure now is on for Daddy's Clackers to score some points here. A great shot there from Anki, knocking both those balls in. It's 5 points to 4. 1 ball left for each team.
Some absolutely sensational shots we have just seen in that last round. Really impressed there by Wet Bandits and the ability to avoid that black ball, as well as Daddy's Clackers knocking in 2 of their yellow balls. Great stuff from both teams.
Yeah, very strong start. 6 points to 4 in favour of Wet Bandits here. Daddy's Clackers need a miracle here to either knock out one of the Wet Bandits' balls or to score and knock both of their yellow balls in. But they are at a very tight angle. Very unlikely that will be the case.
Mm.
A lot of pondering on this shot here.
They're going to have to do something monumental to get red ball out. It is very dangerous to smash it right onto that right side, and not knock in a ball into the pocket.
Yeah, I really
Honestly,
don't think they have much choice from where they're positioned at this point. No safe ball to knock out here. I think John is just going to have to hit and hope here and try and get as many of those red balls out without potting any of his own or any of the other teams.
hit and hope. Another one of Max Barrett's tattoos.
You don't want to talk about where that one is. Unfortunately, there, Daddy's Clackers was not successful in knocking the balls out whilst potting their own. It was a good effort there from John, but not quite enough to take it to a tie break. Therefore, we are now seeing Daddy's Clackers be down by 2 points.
Hey, I'm Kieran, the creator of Rubbish Snooker, which makes art out of litter on an outdoor pool table. And I'm really proud to sponsor the Vanguard Invitational Line Ball Tournament, and check out rubbishsnooker.com.
We were not expecting this, were we, Simran?
An interesting turn of events. You can really see how the Wet Bandits have grown. Perhaps Daddy's Clackers not quite able to match up to the new skills that the Wet Bandits are showing in this game. The Wet Bandits, of course, being the only team to beat Maximum Impact in the group stages, so perhaps the only team worthy of joining them in the finals.
Yeah, it's difficult to say here. Daddy's Clackers did not win their final group stage game, so maybe they're not going in with the confidence that maybe they should have, whereas Wet Bandits did beat the top of the table Maximum Impact in their previous game. So maybe we're seeing a much more confident Wet Bandits, maybe taking a win from Maximum Impact, which they weren't expecting. So maybe they're playing with a lot more unknown confidence, which they did not expect to see in this game as well. And Daddy's Clackers handing them a point early on is only going to do them good. A very poor shot there from John. Unexpected after the tournament we've seen him play so far. Very, very soft. Nowhere near the scoring zone there.
Mm. Daddy's Clackers perhaps trying to take a bit more conservative shots, traumatized by their loss. by their last 2 points lost. A great shot there by Anki, however, for Daddy's Clackers. That yellow ball safely staying on the table due to the fine pressure that he applied with his cue.
Yeah, a bit of a poor shot there from the Wet Bandits. Slightly too aggressive, too central. Not really doing them any good here. Very exposed as well. For maybe Daddy's Clackers to take advantage of if they see fit. We're seeing here as well, Daddy's Clackers are not opting to hit into the group, and another very aggressive shot here, which isn't doing him any good. John, 2 poor shots in a row, unexpected again from him. Just seeing quite a sequence of poor shots from both teams here. Bit sloppy from both sides, wouldn't you say?
Most definitely. I'm not sure what's going on in the room right now. Both teams really struggling to get their balls into the point scoring zone somehow. He able to do it for Daddy's Clackers. Let's see if Byron can do the same for the Wet Bandits.
Yeah, I'm really unsure on the angle he's hitting the balls at here. Not really trying to hit into the cluster on the right hand side. It's very exposed once again. Also not opting to try and hit one of his own balls into the zone here as well. So we shall see if that goes in. It does. Daddy's Clackers now taking the lead after a very strong Wet Bandit start to this point. A lot of work to do here for both teams, and that is a great shot there, knocking the ball out, turning the tide of this point. Again, a lot of work here for Daddy's Clackers to do.
If there was a daddy of this table, unfortunately, it would not be the Daddy's Clackers in this round. It would be whoever made that brilliant shot in that last round, knocking one of Daddy's Clackers' balls out, as well as getting their own ball in.
He has a lot of work to do here with this shot. He needs to take it to a tie break. But if he knocks 2 in here, then Daddy's Clackers will take the point.
It's going to be a difficult shot with that black ball placed in the worst position for them. Luckily, Anki Dams able to do God's work.
What a fantastic shot there from Anki Dams to secure the point after a very, very shaky round for Daddy's Clackers here. Will this be the turning point in this game? We shall see.
Absolutely sensational shots there seen by both teams at the end of that last point. Really great things are building in this game. The tensions are rising.
Yeah, very roller coaster-esque round. Up and down with the shots we were seeing. Some poor shots from both sides. But then also some fantastic shots there, especially at the end there from Anki to knock a ball out there on the final shot while scoring at the same time to win the point.
Very inconsistent games. Very inconsistent shots from both teams so far. The black ball is now very centrally placed firmly against the black cushion, perhaps leaving the whole table a bit more open for whatever tactics the teams would like to play. As we can see, they're taken advantage of by John for Daddy's Clackers, knocking a red ball out.
Oh, a very aggressive shot there from the Wet Bandits. For both balls to be knocked out of the scoring zone after John hit a fantastic shot to knock in one of the yellow balls. Quite a rush shot there from Anki from the position of where he's hit that, but he has scored, so there's no pressure. The pressure's off with that shot.
Wet Bandits now hoping to claw their way back into the point scoring area. Now, with only one ball currently in there, they really got to start picking up on the aggression and on the on their ability to even get their balls into the point scoring zone in order to stay in the game at this point.
Yeah, it's difficult to say here what we're going to see in the rest of this point here. The Wet Bandits really not showing a lot of confidence with some of the shots they're taking. A fantastic shot there from Anki Dams. Once again, definitely being the man of the match so far in this game. Some sensational
Mm.
shots to claw Daddy's Clackers back into the game with a point, and we've just seen the Wet Bandits very sloppily knock the Black Bull, not doing themselves any favours there in the bit which they were struggling to get a point from, and now it's 2-2.
Daddy's Clacker's known to kind of stick to the pocket, always block them off with their balls. Easy bait for the other team, which unfortunately Wet Bandits did take in this round.
Yeah, very poor there from Wet Bandits going into that point there. You know, they had a 2-point lead. They have capitulated a little bit there. Now it's 2-2. All to play for in the second part of this semi-final game to see which side will face maximum impact in the final.
The theme that we're seeing now in the semi-finals is that we're even straws at the halfway point. 2-2. Both teams need to get 3 points in order to make it to the final. Matt, what are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, very, very, very poor start from Daddy's Clackers, but they have definitely grown into the game here. The Wet Bandits could do a lot more. I think they could have won some of those points with a little bit more positive shots, but you know, the game's now 2-2. It's all to play for both sides. The second part, we could see a very different side from either team going forward.
Game could go either way, so please join us again every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. for a new video and the continuation of the Vanguard Invitational as it grows tenser and tenser towards the end of the tournament.
Yeah, very exciting stuff. Looking forward to the second part of this game. No clue how this game is going to go.
I'd also like to thank Cousins Pool and Snooker Bar in Canterbury for allowing us to host the Vanguard Invitational at their venue. I would also like to thank Rubbish Snooker for sponsoring this tournament. Please do like, comment and subscribe on your thoughts so far on the tournament. And with that, I would like to thank my co-commentator Matt.
Thank you very much, Simran.
And we'll see you again soon. Goodbye.
Ciao.
Hi everybody, my name is Max Barrett and I'm the creator of Lion Ball Pool. I just wanted to hop in at the end of the video to say thank you so much for tuning in to the episodes of the tournament. We really appreciate you watching and supporting, so make sure if you enjoy these episodes, subscribe to the channel. At the moment we are uploading every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. UK time, so your subscription, it goes a long way. And the other thing I'd like to ask you to do is play Lion Ball. Go and play it in your local pool bar, snooker lounge, wherever you have access to, because we've had a lot of the players who are playing in this tournament be approached by other people in the pool bar, asking them what they're playing, having some rounds of Lion Ball, teaching each other the rules and trying out new tactics. So by playing Lion Ball and just going out there and enjoying it, you are helping to spread the brilliant work we're doing here on the channel and introducing a brand new game and bringing people together. So that means everything. And the other thing I'd love to do, and this is a bit of a reach, I would love to play Lion Ball Pool against Keanu Reeves. Now, can we make it happen? He is one of my favourite actors of all time. He is an inspiration, and if I could play against him in a game of Lion Ball, then I've won. So let's see if we can do it. Subscribe, comment, like, and let's see. I'll see you in the next video.